Hey, what's going on, guys? This is AndrewChicken, and welcome back to another video. Today, we are continuing our sort of mini-guides series by making a video about Ying, because I guess all of these videos are just going to be about supports. On the last video, I got a very popular comment asking me to do a video where I explain why Life Exchange Ying is better than any of the other options when it comes to solo healing. Something that should be obvious, but apparently isn't to some people. So let's go ahead and grab Life Exchange. This is the healing talent. It gives us 800 healing on our Shatter, and yeah, we want to pair this with the Life Exchange build, which has Brittle at level 5. This card is mandatory. If you're not using this in your Life Exchange build, then you should be. We also have a bit of Duration on Illusions, cooldown of Illusions when they die to an enemy, Remind at level 1 as a filler, and Encouragement at level 2. So that way if I get an elimination, I can instantly right-click again and basically put out double the amount of healing, which is pretty nice. And so yeah, this video should serve as a PSA to anyone who thinks that they can focus, that they can solo heal with Focusing Lens or Resonance. They can't. You can't! And the reason for that is pretty simple mathematics, and it's an unfortunate truth about Ying that is also the case for a lot of healers from the open beta. And that is that a lot of healers, not just Ying, from the open beta are very, very dependent on their talents to actually heal well, okay? Lilith is a new champion, right? And you look at her, you can heal an entire team easily with Murderous Intent, which gives you no benefit to your healing whatsoever. And that's because at base, she has a very strong kit, right? Her Swarms are amazing, her Hex is amazing, she is amazing. Ying is not the same way. Ying at base has just her Illusions, and that is it. Nothing else whatsoever. And the same is true for other champions from the beta. Moldamba at base, healing is pretty weak. You need Spirits Chosen or the Gourd talent, I guess, if you want to heal a lot more. Grok? Oh, don't even get me started on poor Grok. Same goes for Pip. If you are not picking Combat Medic or Mega Potion, you are not going to be able to heal your team at all. You cannot heal with Catalyst. And the same goes for Ying, and that's because the base illusions are just crap. She needs that extra bonus of that 800 healing every 1.5 seconds in order to actually heal a team properly. The illusions themselves, they only do 420 healing every 1.6 seconds, which I'll have it on the screen. It works out to about, what, like 250 healing per second, roughly? I forget the number off the top of my head, but it's roughly around that. That is tiny. That is, like, almost negligible, especially when Cauterize comes into the picture. You cannot heal a team with that. It is just too small. It's like trying to heal your team with a Maelstrom totem, right? It doesn't work. There are 2 of them, which doubles the amount of healing output you can do, but that's potentially healing 2 people on your team for 250 every second. And that's it? Or healing 1 person on your team if they're lucky and really need healing for, you know, 500 a second, or whatever it is. It's really not that good. And it's not just because of the numbers that it's bad, because there are some healers who technically are similar. Furia with Cherish is relatively similar, technically, because of her cooldown and her single target nature. But the delivery of that heal is a consistent burst directly from her hand that deals enough healing to full heal any champion in the game, pretty much. And Ying, on the other hand, has a slow trickle heal on her illusions, which means it's much more susceptible to Cauterize. Burst heal scales better in late game because in an instant, you can full heal somebody. And that means that, yeah, you're able to much more consistently heal somebody if you have a fraction of a second to heal them. And then also, that healing is delivered through illusions, which are deployables that are very large, only have 1,000 health, and can be easily destroyed, even by just random blaster spam. If you want to play Ying against Betty, and you want to solo heal with Focusing Lens, you are screwed. You cannot play the game. Holy crap, I'm doing so bad right now. Oh boy. Oh boy. Hello. Okay, I'm just going to solo heal myself with these illusions. There we go. Nice. Easy. There we go. Okay, we're somehow alive. Okay. So yeah, those illusions can be easily destroyed. That's the other problem. And if you want to place them in a place where they won't necessarily be destroyed by the enemy team that well, then they're also not going to be healing your team very well as a result, in most circumstances. There are some circumstances where you can have really safe illusion positions that just heal the entire team, but that's rare. And they're also attached to your movement ability, so you're attaching your only healing option now, which barely heals at all, to your movement ability as well, so you have to have your illusions in a good spot to be able to teleport to as well. It all creates a mess where you are not able to heal your team effectively at all with those illusions. You might think you're doing a lot for your team by hitting those Focusing Lens procs consistently, but your team is out there dying and they have to play super, super safe as a result. And when your team plays super, super safe, they're not getting as many kills, And that's just bad. That's really, really bad. You want to make sure your team is enabled to actually get those kills, right? And the main reason why people actually do pick Focusing Lens and Resonance as a solo healer is this myth that, oh, okay, if I'm able to ult a lot, Ying's ult is one of the best healing ults in the game, I can just heal my team with that, right? Here's the thing. Even if you can build your ult quickly with Focusing Lens, which I'm not denying that you can't, right? You obviously can build your ult a lot more quickly with Focusing Lens. It's still unreliable because it is an ultimate. You have to charge it all the way up to 100%. It's not like you're trying to heal with Snow Globe, right? You don't have that ultimate all the time. So at most, let's say you're really, really efficient. You can get your ultimate every 30 seconds. Okay, so now you have an ability that heals your entire team all at once for 600 healing per second every 30 seconds. You see the problem? Because it is only 600 healing per second. It leads to massive healing numbers because it does apply to everybody. But single target healing, that is... I mean, it's good healing per second, but it's not like you're, you know, some crazy rock star of healing, right? It's just not good enough. And yeah, Focusing Lens also gives you huge damage value, which does scale better into late game. Damage does scale better into late game because Cauterize will make your healing less effective. But that's just not worth it because you're making your healing so gosh darn bad that it's just pointless. So, yeah, it's just genuinely a really bad idea to solo heal with Focusing Lens or Resonance. And I suppose this is another PSA. I don't know how often I'll need to keep pumping out these PSAs. Hopefully not that much, right? I feel like it's not as much of a problem these days as it used to be, although it is still a problem, that's for sure. But yeah. And this isn't necessarily a thing either with Ying. Like I was saying earlier, it's a thing with all early supports, right? Supports from the beta. Maldamba, you can't heal without the healing talent. Grok, you can't heal without the healing talent, etc., etc., etc. Other champions usually have 2 healing talents. Pip, Grok, Damba all having 2 healing talents instead of just 1, so you have options. With Ying, you're limited to Life Exchange because that is the only healing talent. And it is a bit unfortunate, and it's also a bit weird, but that's just the case. And yeah, I have noticed that it is a trend with a lot more... Ow. A lot more recent supports that they will try and make them not as reliant on their talent. And whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, I mean, you can be the judge of that. Because Lilith obviously is a powerhouse, even without a healing talent, and that honestly might be a bit of a problem. Ray as well is another one who, honestly, like, even though Focus is the better talent, like I explained in a video a few days ago, you can still heal with Extension and Restraint. There's nothing technically stopping you from doing that, and you won't lose that much effectiveness. You won't lose nearly the same effectiveness as you will by doing the same thing with Ying, right? And it goes on and on back through a lot more recent supports. So that is something interesting, I guess, to point out, just an interesting phenomenon. But yeah, hopefully that explains the thought process behind why you don't go Focusing Lens, because that is something I figured I would explain a bit more in this video, other than just saying, no, Focusing Lens bad, don't solo heal with Focusing Lens. Because there are genuine reasons behind it. It's not just people screeching and being mad and denying your skill or something like that. No, it's a genuine math issue and a genuine practicality issue as to why you don't use it. And also, that is not to say that Focusing Lens is just straight up bad and you should never play it either, because Focusing Lens arguably is probably the best way to play Ying as sort of a damage support. Because here's the thing with Ying. I explained this in another video a few months ago talking about why Ying isn't meta. Ying doesn't have crowd control, or buffs, or debuffs, or anything like that to help her team out. So once her healing is bad, in late game Cauterize, you're done for. You don't got much, right? You got your body blocking with your illusions, I guess. You have healing, which, you know, every support has healing. And then you have damage. And her damage without Focusing Lens isn't that great. But if you play damage Ying with, like, let's say Ray on your team, then you're able to crank out a lot of ults to help your Ray with her healing, and you're able to do a lot more damage, and basically be a damage champion with a really good healing ultimate. That's probably the best way to play Ying if you want to actually play her strategically in this meta, but that requires a second support. That's a double support comp. So, that is kind of a qualification you have to think about. But it can be really good. Ray's really good in double support, and yeah, damage Ying, don't knock it. It does really good DPS. Especially I found on Controller, when I was testing out Controller and trying to become accustomed to that as sort of a mini challenge. I played Focusing Lens. It was disgusting. I was hitting more Focusing Lens procs on Controller than I ever did on keyboard. So, I mean, if you haven't tried that out, then absolutely try it. Like, it's insane. And it can actually be quite fun to play. But yeah, I'm not really sure, again, what should be done to actually, like, make Ying more relevant in the meta, if anything. Like, in terms of a proper main support. Like, the issue with her is, if you were to add crowd control or something like that, where would you add it? Especially with the idea of, oh, I'm right-clicking to heal now, which means I don't even blow up my own illusions. How would that even work? The other idea would be to make her healing numbers absolutely absurd, so she's one of the best heal bots in the game. But there is a fine line between, you know, being a really good heal bot and being overpowered. So that is something you should be a bit careful of as well.
In 15 seconds.
But, I mean, I think that would be a general, like, the concept of that would be a good thing for Ying in terms of, like, making her one of the best healers in the game, but at the cost of not having anything other than healing. Right now, her healing is really good, but it's still outclassed by Grover, Furia, Lilith. And Grover, Furia, Lilith also have crowd control, or in the case of Lilith, just a metric crap ton of damage and survivability to go with it. So, yeah. Like, those supports definitely need to be toned down. I've talked about that in many, many videos past. The support meta is too unhealthy right now and too skewed in the favor of those... in the favor of those supports. I don't like my position right now. I'm going to try and teleport back here. Should be okay. Let me throw this illusion over there. Barrack! Barrack! Here you go. I'm sorry. This Ying gameplay has been pretty mediocre, I know. I'm not the actual best at Ying. That's the funny thing. A lot of these supports you guys want me to talk about, I understand them conceptually. I understand the core concepts of why, like, you do one thing over the other. But I just don't play it a lot. So the actual physical, raw gameplay you're going to see from me is is not the greatest, and I do apologize for that. I can't play every single character and be extremely good at them. That's just not a feasible feat for any human. I guess I'll have to make a Damba video or a Pip video or something like that soon. Nah. Show off some real skills. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Victor. Oh, no. I'm getting chased. I'm getting chased. Ooh, he's still on me. Okay. Ooh, thank you. All right. I'm going to hide back here. Yep, heal you guys up. Eric has rejuvenate. It is so, so nice. I guess another sort of side tangent we can go into here is talking about rejuvenate and why it is frickin' amazing. If you're a sort of newer player to the game, you might not notice. Might not know this. Jeez, speak English, enunciate properly. But rejuvenate is like extra, extra, extra good in late game for tanks and even some DPS to pick up, especially if you have a really good healer. And the reason for that is rejuvenate. Whoa, 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 whoa! Huh, sir! Bro's making all the space right now. Hold on. Hold your horses. Okay. Barrack jump scare. But yeah, rejuvenate. On paper, if you just read the item, it says it increases your healing by 30%, which by itself, face value, is pretty good. But the way it works in relation to Cauterize makes it really good. And the reason for that is because it stacks additively against Cauterize. So let's say you have Rejuvenate 3. Oh, 7. Sir! There you go. Let's say you have Rejuvenate 3, right? You get 30% increased healing, and Cauterize is all the way at max, so you have 90% Cauterize. That 30% adds against the 90% to be 60% Cauterize. And what that does is it multiplies your late game healing by 4. You go from 10% effectiveness of healing to 40% effectiveness of healing. And you can see it on the Barrack, right? Like, he's got Rejuve 2. So when I go to heal him, I heal him for 240 under the effects of Cauterize. When I heal anyone else, it heals them for 80 under the effects of Cauterize. So he is getting 100 and, oh, I just got shot. He's getting 160 more healing, which is really, really helpful. Like, that really adds up over time when you keep spamming him with those healing abilities. And of course, when he's not under the effect of Cauterize, then it's just a flat 30% extra, which obviously isn't as crazy percent of an increase, but it still is really good. He's taking my 800 burst heals up to about 1,000, which is awesome. That's really good. So if you are a new player, make sure, if you're a tank, buy some Rejuvenate for your healer. It'll really help them heal you more effectively, and it'll help you stay alive more effectively. It's mutually beneficial. It's really good. I also, though, I encountered something quite funny that I I never quite considered, but I totally understand it now that I've seen it. I was playing with a random new player. Just they happened to be on my team. They were playing Saris, and they bought Rejuvenate. they were the only healer on the team. And it's like, wait, why are you buying rejuvenate? But then I realized this new player thought,
Spawning in 15
rejuvenate,
seconds.
receive 10% more healing. Okay, that must buff my healing then. They misunderstood it as buffing the healing output that they give as Sarah. So they thought that they were doing more healing by picking rejuvenate.
4.
And I thought that was really fascinating, because I never considered that possible interpretation of the item by a new player. But that is something pretty interesting. So yeah, it doesn't work like that. If you are playing Saris and you buy Rejuvenate, you're not going to heal your team more. And also you're not going to receive more healing from your red sword. Like, that's sort of a common misconception among new players, is like, oh, okay, if I'm playing Ying, my illusions count as other players, right? As another source of healing? So if I get Rejuvenate, I'll get more healing from my Ying illusions, or my Grok totems. Sadly, no, it doesn't work like that. Would be interesting, though, but the item certainly doesn't need buffs right now, so I don't think that's necessary. Hello! Hey! Okay, don't peek that corner. Uh-oh, I need to regroup with my team here. I almost have an ultimate. We're gonna try and pop that out when I can. I just need to heal right now, though. Alright, we're popping the ult now. Oh, we just lost Barrack, though. That's sad. Alright, I'm teleporting back over here. Oh, I can't teleport again. I'm stuck back here now. That's really bad. And yeah, we lose the point. Unfortunate.
We lost?
All of these videos, I'm just losing, man. What's going on? That's the issue with these videos. I almost wonder, right? I had the thought in the back of my head the other day. What if I just record the gameplay before I actually talk? So that way I can directly focus on the commentary and then just have the gameplay running in the background. I don't know if that would be more or less engaging or more or less interesting to watch. I guess you can let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below about that. That is a thought, but I mean, the way I do it now is just, you know, obviously I'm trying to commentate while recording the gameplay. It means the gameplay is kind of crap, but I feel like it also makes it a little bit more authentic, you know, a little bit more, I guess, live and raw, and I do like that aspect as well. But yeah, I mean, we were not able to out-heal that Damba there, unfortunately. I was at least able to heal my team competently enough that we were able to go 3-3 there, but sadly we weren't able to finish up and cap the point. Probably partially because I was playing Ying, relatively subpar, maybe average there, but yeah, also that Androxus was kind of popping. He got 17 kills, man. Good for him. So yeah, if you guys have enjoyed this video, obviously, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, turn on notifications. Also, make sure to comment down below any other sort of mini guides you would like to see from me in the future, because I do read the comments and I do want to try and make videos that help you guys out. So yeah, let me know all that in the comment section down below. And with that being said, thank you guys for watching. I will see you all next time. Peace out.